What up? It's your boy Outlook out here with another Outlook Outlook. Ugh, tongue twister. Just coming here, driving back to the studio. About to go put in some work, but anyways, today I wanted to talk about the concept of gratitude and really understanding that, as we look at, how can we take control of our emotions? How do we, as we have these thoughts in our head, how do we really start to take control of them? And I think one thing you got to realize is, first of all, that you're going to have those thoughts. You're going to have those emotions that you don't want. They're going to be there. And so I think what we got to learn is not to try to avoid them or try to figure out how to not have those emotions, but really start to learn how to process them. Because if we can process them, then it doesn't even matter that we have them, because they're gonna happen, but once we learn to process them, we can essentially take control of them instead of becoming a product of them, and letting them take control of us. And one really effective tool on how to do that is gratitude, right? Looking at the situation and really putting it in perspective. I think that's something that, especially here in America, we take for granted how good we have it, but when you're facing these issues, they seem real to you. So it doesn't matter that we have all this shit because these emotions we're feeling are genuine. So, to just be like, to try and pass them off as they're not authentic emotions is just bullshit. It's not true. We're actually feeling them, right? So it looks at, well, how do we, take control of these emotions? And one of the most powerful tools you can use to do that is, gratitude. Really, putting it in perspective. And I'll give you an example, right? So let's say I wake up today and get out of bed and I stub my toe and I'm all pissed off, and then I'm late for work, and then I get to work and I just everything's just started the day off on a bad foot, right? I still can put that in perspective and really understand that, look at what can I be grateful for. Maybe it's something as small as my legs work, but if you think about it, there's someone out there whose legs don't work, and if they woke up today and their legs were working, it doesn't matter that they stubbed their toe. It doesn't matter that they're late to work. It doesn't matter. All this shit doesn't matter because they're like, hell yeah, man, my legs work, And what I like to do is I like to imagine situations like that and pretend I've lived my whole life that way, and really try and authentically experience the pain and frustration of. I just got pulled over, 1 sec. Learned a lesson here, guys. Be careful making videos, because you might get pulled over for not yielding to pedestrians. Not a good sign. But, Alright, what up? I'm back here at the studio. Anyways, like I was saying, now, after I was so rudely interrupted by the Eugene police enforcement, you got to find things to be grateful for, So I think this is a good lesson that we can take here. I am super grateful that I only got a warning. I got a fix-it ticket. I got to go get, my tags were expired, and then I was making this video, and he's like, you didn't yield to those pedestrians, so watch out. I mean, they were on the corner, though. They didn't seem like they were walking, but regardless, yield to those pedestrians, guys. Learn from my mistakes. And, back to this concept of gratitude, one thing to understand with gratitude is you can't be both grateful and pissed off at the same time. You can't be both grateful and angry. You can't have a positive and a negative emotion like that, both going at the same time, right? So when you have these negative emotions, when you get all nervous because you just got pulled over by the cops, learn to take a step back and be like, well, shit, what's really going to happen here? He's going to give me a ticket. I'm going to go on with my day. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to, get shot or anything, thank God. But, I've learned, my lesson of the day. Be grateful for what you got. Be grateful I only got a warning, because it could have been a lot worse. And with that, guys, if you can understand that, gratitude is almost kind of like a muscle, right? Whenever you have a thought, you have these neurons making these pathways in your brain, and basically while they're making those, let me get the lighting that's a little better. All right, there we go. When you have a thought, for example, right? These two neurons make a connection in your brain, and that connection, view it almost like you're walking through a field of grass, right? The more you walk on a path, the more solidified that path comes. There's actually this, I barely know like the science behind this shit, but there's essentially this like kind of fat that will form around that neural connection as you make it more, because your brain's lazy, your brain wants to make the easiest connections it can. So the way that you become, good at being grateful is you practice it. You literally build it into your schedule. You wake up every day and you have a morning routine and you look at, all right, what's something I'm grateful for? And really try and feel that emotion. If it's literally just, I'm grateful, I'm breathing, then literally spend, 5 minutes really trying to feel that gratitude. Feel thankful for the fact that you're even alive. I talk this in one of my songs, Gary Vaynerchuk talks about this too, there's a 1 in 400 trillion chance that you're even alive. Or it might be 4 trillion. Doesn't matter. It's in the trillions. The fact that you're even breathing is a fucking miracle. So that alone is something that you can wake up every day and be grateful that you have that, And as you practice gratitude, it's almost like a muscle. You get better at it. You get better at being grateful. And then your brain, since it's lazy, since it's made that connection of gratitude so many times, it solidifies. So your natural state is to go to gratitude. Your natural state is to be positive. And when your natural state is positive, when your brain looks at all the emotions it could be having, and it looks at, well, the easiest one for my brain to process right now is being happy and grateful, and that's when your life starts to change. That's when you don't wake up every day feeling like a piece of shit, like life is pointless, And if you can do that, then you'll see your life slowly start to change. I don't think it's something that it's going to happen overnight. It's something that it's like working out, You can't just go work out for like 2 weeks and be like, all right, why don't I have a six pack? It's going to take time. You build it into your lifestyle, but the more and more you build it into your lifestyle, like brushing your teeth, the easier it becomes, and then it just becomes a habit. And once it's a habit, like I said, your brain is lazy. It wants to make that connection, so it just becomes part of your daily routine, and then your life becomes better. Hope you like Outlook number 3. Peace!
O-U-T-L-double-O-K. Bumping out the speakers every time you press play. O-U-T-L-double-O-K. The closer pay attention, cause he's here to fucking stay. O-U-T-L-double-O-K. Bumping out your speakers every time you press play. O-U-T-L-double-O-K. The closer pay attention, cause he's here to fucking stay. I'm here to fucking stay, and there is nothing you can say. Go by Outlook, I think it's time you learn my name. Hip-hop is like a neuron sending signals to my brain. My music just reflects all of the thoughts that I create.